speakers, kindly note down your question, your name and the name of the speaker to whom it is addressed and hand it over to us so that we can assist you with the interaction. Thank you so much. Over to you, Disha.
We have with us Dr. D. Srikumar as an eminent speaker for the session. He worked as assistant professor at the Kerala Agricultural University, later with Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Veterinary Education and Research, Puducherry, and he is presently with Aravali Veterinary College, Sikar, Rajasthan. He is a member of Indian Veterinary Council, Indian Dairy Association, Indian Society of Animal Production Management, Society for the Conservation of Domestic Animal Biodiversity and Zoo Outreach Organization. Over to you, sir.
Most respected Chairman, Ambassador Srinivasan sir, other dignitaries, Secretary to the Government, Health Sector, faculty, learned management specialists, students. A warm good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Srikumar from Aravali Veterinary College, Sikar, Rajasthan. And here I would like to present upon the One Health system or One Health approach with specific reference to biodiversity, with reference to the infectious diseases and the other nuances of the diseases, transmission and all. We have specialists from different fields. I'll be limiting my talk on to the biodiversity aspect of towards a One Health ecosystem. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, the key concepts of this presentation will be focusing on human beings, animals, plants, environment, and its relationship with One Health. Next, please. The One Health concept or One Health approach can be defined as a collaborative, multi-sectoral, transdisciplinary approach which is having its activities at the local, regional, national and global level, optimizing the health outcomes, interconnecting humans, plants, animals and the environment. One Health for well-being, food security and sustainability. And the One Health triad, healthy human beings, healthy environment, healthy animals, form the essential feature or the essential outcome of the One Health approach. And if you look into the transformative outcomes, if we have a holistic approach towards the transformative outcomes of the One Health system, as far as the animals are concerned, it goes with the capacity of adaptation, and as far as the plants are concerned, higher productivity, resilience, sustainable agriculture, and as far as the human beings are concerned, reduced risk of future pandemics or outbreaks, and as far as the environment is concerned, it is definitely biodiversity conservation. And improved climate change mitigation strategies are necessary for improved environmental health. Better quality, traceable food is an important aspect, not only for human beings, for animals. For plants, food nutrients are required from the soil, and the soil should be replenished with nutrients. And this takes us to the adage, when we protect one, we help protect all. And this goes in line with the schematic representation which we had. Why One Health is important? Let us look into the different factors that is designing the significance of One Health. So people live close by, and there is changes in the climatic pattern, land use changed over years, more global travel, trade, and animals are now more than just food animals. See, we keep a lot of animals as companions and pets, and of late we have gone to the extent of keeping many reptiles even as pets. All these make animals come closer to human beings, and there comes a spread of zoonotic infections. The human population increase, industrialization, and anthropogenic activities are actually leading to global warming, which is a cause of climate change. And these changes in the environment will be responsible or are responsible for emergence and re-emergence of infectious and non-infectious diseases. See, for example, this has been well illustrated by the different viral epidemics which we had. And all these things actually point towards the interdependence of these systems: human system, animal system, plant system, and the environmental system. The components of the environment, if we look into, we have the biotic and abiotic factors. And in the biotic factors, the one that is recently added is the human-animal conflict. We'll touch a bit into that. In a complex environment, animals experience varied microenvironments. Animals, there is a constant interrelationship and interactions between animals and humans, and also animals and environment. So all these things lead to the needs. I have enumerated certain needs, especially for animals, but these needs are the needs of humans as well. And if we are not providing the needs, if we are not satisfying the behavioral needs of animals, that will cause a change in the behavior of the animals. And this change starts as a sort of anomalous behavior. After some time, if it is not addressed, it will turn to abnormal behavior. And still, if it is not addressed, these behavioral changes will be fixed in the animal in the form of vices, and the animal will continue to show these vices throughout its life. Let us go back in the early 1960s when Ruth Harrison has written a book titled Animal Mechanics. In this book, he has brought out the sufferings of animals, especially those animals being used as food animals. And these sufferings, and he has concluded that these animals, especially those animals that are used as food animals, they just exist and they don't live a full life. And this has created hue and cry among the people. People have come to the streets. There have a lot of protests leading to the formation of a commission by Professor Rogers Bramble. And in 1965, Professor Rogers Bramble has come out with 5 freedoms for animals. And what really matters to animals can be explained by the Bramble report, who stated that animals, any animal for that matter, should have the freedom to stand up comfortably, lie down, turn around, groom its body, groom themselves, and also stretch their limbs in the case of animals and stretch the wings in the case of birds. And animals should be kept in a positive state of welfare. And this is all the more important. And this here applies the 5 freedoms onto the animal welfare. The situation as of now is very alarming. The majority of the animal husbandry operations, farming operations today, are aimed at maximizing profits without looking into the welfare of the animals. The needs and well-being of the animals are being compromised. Farm animals are now being reared as factory farms or in factory farms, where the space is limited. And if we look into the situation of poultry, wherein the birds are being given less than an A4 size paper space for one bird. The problem here is that the farmers think that if the bird is allowed to move around, bird is allowed to freely walk, there will be less of body weight happening, there will be less of eggs being produced by the birds. So much of restricted space, so much of constriction will lead to lot of problems, will lead to bad welfare. High welfare farming is a practical solution, and we have come across high technology farming or high tech farming situations wherein everything is mechanized. Animals, when it is time to be milked, will come to the milking parlor, will be milked by machine, and the milk, a sample of the milk will go to the computer. They will assess, that will be assessed for the composition of the milk, the quantity of milk, the fat percentage of milk. Depending upon that, signals will be sent to a particular area wherein the correct quantity of feed for that particular animal, for that particular day, depending upon the composition of the milk fat percentage and the total quantity of milk produced, will fall before the animal after the milking. Not a gram more, not a gram less. Animal will have to eat it and go. Yeah, change is already happening. There are battery system of rearing poultry wherein the birds are confined in cages, and that is being banned in many countries, but not in India. And from 2013 onwards, the European Union countries have banned usage of farrowing crates. I'll just explain what is meant by farrowing crate and it will be clear now. On the left hand side, you see a pig delivering in a farrowing crate, where the pig is not able to move. It can just stand, eat, and maybe turn left or right, whereas the young ones are able to move. And on the right hand side, you see a situation wherein the pig is free to move. And this is the situation with poultry, and the one you find on the top is with regard to the birds that are used for laying, layer birds. Actually, now the situation is being changed all over the world except in India, wherein the birds are let free, and that is called as free range system. And the eggs that you get from the free range system is almost costing double than the eggs that you get from the cage system. And these changes will have to take into account the traditional knowledge, experience, and the beliefs of the farmers, especially of the people who rear animals and birds. And when we talk about the traditional knowledge, elderly people will come to know about these things, and they have seen these things, even I have seen these things, but as far as the students, younger generation is concerned, they are not aware of these things, they might not have had a chance to see these things. And these are the traditional practices that is vanishing or that has vanished already, gone into oblivion. There is no Koitha, there is no Koitha partner now. Everything is done by machines, mechanized. Biodiversity is the entire life on earth. It consists of organisms, ecosystem, environment. And